Hey guys, welcome to the View Cryptos channel. Today's video is about inflation and printing of fiat currencies. Let's take a quick look at some news articles. Eurozone inflation hits its highest level since the creation of the euro. Tighter monetary policy for fighting inflation? Really? Their discourse notwithstanding, central bankers in the US and the EU are not serious about fighting rising inflation. US inflation hit a new 40-year high in May of 8.6%. Inflation rose 8.6% in May, highest since 1981. UK inflation rate hits a new 40-year high of 9.1%. Now let's watch this short video that I assembled, where you can see what central bankers want you to believe inflation is and what actually inflation is.
So, what is inflation? Inflation is a broad-based increase in the price of things. First, when I say broad-based, I really mean that. Inflation is not about the price of broccoli going up versus spinach because there's been some new diet fad that says that broccoli is better for you. It's about the prices of vegetables rising in general and about the prices of other things rising. Now for consumers like you.
Inflation is just like alcoholism. In both cases, when you start drinking or when you start printing too much money, the good effects come first. The bad effects only come later. That's why, in both cases, there's a strong temptation to overdo it, to drink too much and to print too much money. When it comes to the cure, it's the other way around. When you stop drinking or when you stop printing money, the bad effects come first and the good effects only come later. That's why it's so hard to persist with the cure.
Point of view, and I believe Commission point of view as well, because we concur on that front. We do believe that inflation numbers in 21, which we will see rising, are of a temporary nature and rely on temporary factors. So our assessment is that inflation in 22 will return to lower levels and will decline.
It's the basic truth of the human condition that everybody lies.
Has continued to surprise on the upside because of unexpectedly high energy costs. Price rises have also become more broadly based. The baseline for inflation in the new staff projections has been revised upwards significantly, with annual inflation at 5.1% in 22, 2.1% in 23, and 1.9% in 24. Inflation, excluding food and energy, is projected to average 2.6% in 22.
It's the basic truth of the human condition that everybody lies.
I believe that we share the same resolve, which is to tame inflation, which is to use all the tools that we have to do so. But we're facing a different beast. When I look at my core inflation, which is inflation taking out the most volatile elements such as energy and food, my core inflation is at 2.9%. Inflation in Europe is very high at the moment. 50% of that is related to energy prices. Pre-Ukraine war, it was already climbing, but the Ukraine war has dramatically increased those prices. So we have to use the tools and the sequence, which is appropriate depending on the sources of inflation. If I raise interest rates today, it is not going to bring the price of energy down. So we have embarked on that journey of gradually removing accommodative monetary policy. So we will be interrupting the purchases of assets in the course of the third quarter. High probability that we do so early in the third quarter. And then we will look at interest rates and how and by how much we hike them. But
Will, tell us how we get that.
There's only one way you can stop inflation, and that's by having the government
create less money and spend less money. And the reason we have inflation is because the public at large wants inflation. You people want inflation. You don't say so. No one of you will say, I want inflation. But I ask you, do you want the prices at which you sell things to go down? Not the prices at which you sell them. You want the prices at which you buy them to go down. What everybody wants is for the prices of the things he buys to go down and the prices of the things he sells to go up. But that's a neat trick if you can manage it.
But isn't it good old Adam Smith? Isn't that what he...
Of course, it's good old Adam Smith, provided you have a control in terms of the total amount of money available. But it's not good old Adam Smith for those printing presses to be pouring out paper money, which you and I and the government in particular can use. We don't create inflation by our personal behavior. We create inflation by getting our legislators, the people in Washington, to vote for more and more spending, and by objecting to extra taxes, and therefore by having it financed by printing money.
I have no doubt in my mind that blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies and DeFi are changing the financial system for sure and forever. And when you think long term, now you have the tool to preserve the value of your money, of your savings. And this tool is called cryptocurrencies. So fiat currencies can be inflated, can be debased, but if you do your own research and if you analyze and if you think really long term, you can see really clearly that cryptocurrencies can help you actually preserve the value of your money long term. So this is really huge and this is really powerful. Of course, this is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research, but when you think about it, it's really very, very logical. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe and share the videos. Leave a comment in the comment section below the video. I will really appreciate that. And be safe. See you next time.